Hey man, you already know who it is, man. Everybody's favorite full-time teacher, part-time dasher, back at it again. Once again, crazy story to share. Let's go ahead and get into it. Like, subscribe. Let's go ahead and lock in. So, I love covering these DoorDash stories because as a DoorDasher myself, I can kind of relate to some of the stories that are coming out right now. But there was this one particular story that I read recently about a Karen that went ape shit crazy over an $8 tip. Now, I'm going to leave the article in the description area below, the link to the article description area below, so that you guys can go read it yourself and you can come to your own conclusions about it. But I do want to talk about it from, excuse me. As you can tell, we had the full-time job. Anyways, I want to read this article or at least give you my thoughts on it, and I'll let you go back and read it. Okay. So apparently, allegedly, the story takes place in New York City or the New York area, right? So there was a young lady who picked up some food from one particular location and she brought it to the house where this guy lived. And she blew the fuck up, and the thing was on the Ring camera so you could actually hear the conversation between them. But basically, she was mad as hell because she only got an $8 tip. Now, in her defense, or in her reasoning why she was angry, was because it ended up taking her 40 minutes to get the food to the actual house. So in order for her to drive where she was to get the food and actually deliver the food, she said it took her a total of 40 minutes, and she got mad as hell that the guy only gave her an $8 tip. Now, I can understand the frustration, right? As a dasher, you can understand the frustration when it takes such a long period of time and you're working your ass off for $8 is what it feels like. But I assume it was an $8 tip plus whatever DoorDash was going to pay her. So maybe $10 or so. I don't know. But she was more concerned or pissed off about the tip portion. Okay. So pissed off that she threatened to, I pray she did it, but I think she might have. She threatened to take the food back to where she picked it up from. Now, I want you to really marinate on this one right here. You are so mad and pissed off, right? Think about the mindset real quick. You are so mad and pissed off that you're actually going to at least drive probably another 20 minutes back into traffic to drop off the food back to where you picked it up from. When you're actually already at your destination, you can collect the cash or confirm pickup, confirm payment, all that shit, and keep pushing. Literally, that's all you had to do. But you would rather take it all the way back to try to prove a point to this guy because he only tipped you $8. Now, I like to think that I'm a very logical individual. I do. I like to think I'm very logical. Like, okay, I'm already here, man. Let me just deliver this food, keep it pushing, get on to the next order. As opposed to sitting there and arguing with this guy like it's going to make him give me a better tip, right? He was already like, bro, I already gave you, he was telling the young lady, I already gave you an $8 tip. What else do you want from me? I felt like she was just mad, frustrated, and she just wanted to argue her point. And I get it, man. When you're a part of this industry, this is it, man. And as people were commenting on her particular video that went viral, you got to understand, man, this is business, right? And this is a business wherein you are paid by tips for the most part. I mean, you get a little base pay if you want to, but the majority of your payout comes via tips that you get from customers, right? Not so much from the actual website that you work for or the actual company that you work for. You got to take the good with the bad, man. I say this all the time, man. DoorDash ain't for everybody. Uber Eats ain't for everybody. Grubhub ain't for everybody. Instacart ain't for everybody, right? This type of industry in itself is not for everybody. Because you're going to have bad days, bro. You're going to have bad days where you're driving literally all over the city, putting hella miles on your car, and you ain't making nothing. The other day, man, I went for a couple of hours and only made like $15, $18. A lot of it was just my dead time. But thinking about all that dead time that I didn't have where I wasn't running and then picking up these small ass $2.50 orders that I normally would have otherwise let go of in an effort to keep busy, I just said, fuck it, man, let me just take it. And then maybe when I drop this off, maybe something else will pop up and, keep moving. It's the name of the game when it comes to this. And some people just ain't built for this. And I feel like if it ever gets to the point where I have to argue with a fucking customer, about how much they tip me, that's a problem. If I have to argue with a customer about how much money they tip me, I best quit. Because at that point, what else is there for me, y'all? What else is there for me if I got to argue with somebody about how much money I feel I deserve for dropping off your food? That seems a bit entitled to me. And I accepted the order based off of the amount of money that it said that I would get paid. It said that I could potentially get paid a little bit more, but on the acceptance rate, it said that I got X amount of dollars, and I accepted it, and I went on ahead and pushed through, took care of the order, regardless of how many miles I had to drive, because I think she said she had to drive 12 miles or so. Regardless of all that shit, I accepted it, knowing that this was particularly the maximum amount that I could potentially get paid. You're praying that they drop tips on you, but if they don't, what are you really going to do? Argue with them about giving you a tip? At that point, it gets kind of sad, right? At that point, it gets very distasteful for me, and at that point, you probably need to find a new way of earning money, because we all have good and bad ones, man. I've had bad ones. I haven't had consistently bad ones. Thank God for small favors. Else I would have said, F this, man. Let me do something else. But in reality, you're going to have bad days. And you got to be able to accept the good with the bad. And I just feel like she just wanted to drag this shit out for no reason. From one dasher to another, baby, you might need to find a new method of work. Yes, I know there are quite a few benefits to, the independency of being a DoorDasher, but baby, if you're going to cry about the monies because you ain't happy with the monies, you might want to find something else to do, right? I do this part-time, right? And I have the most fun doing it. People who do it full-time, this is their job, their livelihood, and I respect them for going at it, but even them, they know this shit ain't for everybody. Not everybody cut out to do this. A, and B, they know that they got to keep dashing, and they got to be able to average out the good and the bad days in order to make sure that they continue to be able to make enough money to live off of, So, baby girl, I understand that this is your only job, and this is what you're working with. You're trying to make as much as you can, because that's what the overall goal for many of us are. But arguing with the customer ain't going to help you. Telling the customer that they need to tip you more, that ain't going to help you. Okay, I'm gonna just give you that little FYI. That is not gonna be the play, ladies and gentlemen. That is not gonna be the play. Anyways, that's my time, effort, and energy, man. Appreciate y'all locking in. It's been a good day, bro. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is on to the next one. Peace.